So, what is the process of buying your first home in the UK as a non-resident or foreign national? Now, it's important for me to mention this is a much shorter video focused on the key steps, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on this, but this will give you a simple and easy to understand overview. If you want a full breakdown with lots of detail, then I've made a video called Everything That You Need to Know to Buy Your First Home here in the UK, and this breaks the process down step by step with all the detail that you need. At the end of this video, I'll link it in. If not, you could type it in on YouTube or find it on my channel. Now, for those that want a simple breakdown, here's a few simple steps that will get you started in the process and mean that you understand the steps that you need to take now and then what's ahead in the process. So the first step is actually to understand that, yes, you can buy your first home here in the UK, even if you're here on a visa. Now, the ideal situation is that you would have a 10% deposit, you would have been here for at least 12 months, you have a good level of income that will get you the loan that's required. So the loan required should be a maximum of about 4.75 times your household income. It's important to state it can be possible to buy with a 5% deposit. The reason I say ideally you would use 10% is because the interest rates are much better if you do. Once you have your deposit saved and you're ready to start viewings, this is when you need to pause for a moment and speak with a specialist like myself. So for many of my clients, I help them to understand the exact best steps for them at this stage, right? Because they've got their deposit together, they're ready to buy, and now they need to know what to do. So I help them to understand this, which makes sure that they avoid wasting their hard-earned money and time on sort of looking at the wrong lending options or doing the wrong things in the process. At this stage, I then get them an agreement in principle, which is with a specific lender. And this is where I've understood their circumstances, I've reviewed their documents, and we make sure that the lending option will actually work. From this stage, because they've got that agreement in principle, so that's a pre-approval from a lender, so we understand that they passed the credit check, the numbers work, I've looked at the documents and those are fine, then they can go out and spend their time looking at properties. Now, this might start with looking at properties on Rightmove and Zoopla, and then taking it to physical viewings where they'd actually go out and look at the properties themselves. Once you've found or they've found a property that they like, they would put an offer forward or reserve the property. This depends whether it's a new build or an old build, as the process is slightly different. Now, of course, once they've actually had an offer agreed, this is where we catch up, we make sure we're going ahead with the cheapest possible deal for them, and we'll also discuss the very important side of the process, which is the insurance. Now, at this stage, we would go ahead with both the mortgage and the insurance applications. Within a couple of weeks, we would normally have the terms agreed for both of those. We'd have a mortgage offer and we'd have the insurance terms out for them. Then there's a bit of a legal process, so the solicitor in the process will handle this. For a lot of my clients, they choose to use the solicitor that I recommend, but of course, they're free to use whoever they like. Once all of that legal work has been done, we've got the mortgage offer, insurance is agreed, then they could exchange contracts on the property. So this is where you become legally tied into the process. And normally from there, it's sometimes only a couple of weeks until you'd actually move into the property. Although if it's a new build, there could be a number of months in between exchange and when you move in, depending if the property's built. So completion is the day that you get the keys and you're able to actually move into the new property. So this has just been a very brief overview just of the key stages, a bit more detail at the beginning because those are the first steps that you need to take. The reason I've done this video like this is because I've got a more in-depth one, as I mentioned at the beginning. So if you want to watch that, I'll link it on the screen somewhere here. It's called Everything You Need to Know to Buy Your First Home in the UK. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like and subscribe, as I'd make daily content that will help you as a foreign national to buy your first home in the UK. And if you are ready to buy, you've got your deposit together, feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to help you through the process. Thanks for watching and have a good day.